Hey, welcome in live from the Copacabana here on Bourbon Street. I'm Johnny Venerable. This is Bo Brock. Welcome in. It's the PHNX Cardinals podcast, your premier #1 Arizona Cardinal podcast. Kindly like and subscribe. Welcome, friends.
Welcome, absolutely. We just set Bourbon Street ablaze today.
Yes,
thanks
sir.
to Bird Gang Travel, everybody out here. The Red Sea, they were out there in full force. It was unbelievable to see the showing by the Bird Gang out there, kind of letting everybody know that we were here in the town to get that dub. Everything means business as far as the team and its fan base.
Yeah, I'll be transparent. I haven't seen one Saints fan since I got here. They've hibernated. This team is terrible. Cardinals are going to roll. We're going to talk all about it. We're going to have Jake Plummer, a former Arizona Cardinal, and Sun Devil quarterback on the show here in a little bit. We've got a major show announcement coming up, and this is our first official game preview of the 2025 season. We've made it, friends. Let's give a round of applause. NFL Week 1 here. Robust crowd here at the Copacabana, Bo.
Banner offseason for the team. Monty Ossenfort went to work, and I think he put the team from an 8-9 finish to a squad that you can be proud of, that you have high expectations for. And in year 3, you can say goodbye to the rebuild and say, this is a playoff team. They're going to have to get the work done, and it starts tomorrow against the team that doesn't have any expectations. This is a team on the precipice of a rebuild, but Jonathan Gannon, he's got the players in place, I think, to get it done this year.
Yeah, they're in a position, no Chase Young tomorrow, like the optics matter, right? We've seen this team last year beat bad teams like the Bears, like the Jets, like the Dolphins. They need to go and dominate this Saints team, with all due respect. Great fan base. You know, I gave them grief at the top of the show. Great vibes here in New Orleans on Bourbon Street. Not a great football team. We think the Cardinals have a ceiling this year of a division winner, of a team that can win 12 games. You can't go into week 1, a week, unfortunately, for our boy Jonathan Gannon. He's 0-2 thus far in his tenure as head coach of the Arizona Cardinals in week 1. This has to be an emphatic win. Style points matter tomorrow.
It's not Josh Allen like it was last year, the Buffalo Bills, the team that's year in and year out in the AFC Championship game. There's no Drew Brees walking through that door for the Saints, unfortunately. It's the Arizona native. It's Spencer Rattler. He's a guy that's 0-6 in his career as a starter. And the Cardinals, you couldn't have handpicked a better opponent. Now, look, the setting is unbelievable. Everybody has been so hospitable here. And, of course, when you're traveling with Bird Gang Travel, you know what you're going to get, the top-tier travel agency as far as Cardinals fans go. So it's elite, and the vibes are at an all-time high. But now it's just like what we saw today from Kyler Murray in his YouTube video. Like, They need to prove some things to everybody starting tomorrow.
Yeah, Kyler Murray's in a make-or-break season. I think a lot of people, most people are in his corner, but at the same time, they have to get back to their winning ways. This is the crescendo of the rebuild, right? We talk about, like, Kyler Murray, his arrival in Arizona. It was year 3, the pop year with Cliff Kingsbury. Yeah. Before everything went horribly wrong, that 2021 team started, 7-0, 9-1? That was the crescendo of that rebuild. This is the start of hopefully a window opening where Kyler Murray and Jonathan Gannon and Marvin Harrison Jr. and Trey McBride, they can dominate this division, and we're consistently, Bo, talking about this team as a postseason contender, a threat to play deep into January. It hasn't happened yet before, and as much as we love the good vibes, we got good vibes up and down right now on Bourbon Street, it's got to continue on beyond just this Sunday. We have to be talking about meaningful Cardinal football in the month of January.
No doubt about it. Of course, this show brought to you by friends over at Bet365. Download the Bet365 app today. Use the code PHNX365. Deposit $10. Place a bet for $5. Get $200 in bonus bets. Some tasty numbers up on the board right now at Bet365. How about the Cardinals are 6.5-point favorites in this game? What a difference a couple years make for the Cardinals going through the rebuild and now being an overwhelming favorite come Sunday, less than 24 hours away. They're going to have to, I think, like you said, style points. We'll see what they can do against this run defense that was second worst in the league last year. Big day for James Conner, Trey Benson, Kyler Murray to eat tomorrow. We'll get into the full predictions. I want to say a fond hello to all our friends in the chat watching online.
Yes.
Quickly approaching 200 already. What's going on? I see Schaff. I see Who else is there?
Mr.
Shane.
Fat Gangster,
Yes.
Ty, Ryan H., our, of course, head of production, Shano, back in AZ. We appreciate all of you. By the way, speaking of Bet365, on our pregame show, Manana, tomorrow, we're going to have a boosted parlay consistent for this game, so keep an eye out for that. Of course, use the bonus code PHNX365. So let's make a little show announcement.
Okay.
Cardinal adjacent, if we could. We have been in the market for a new rider for
right.
PHNX Cardinals at GoPHNX.com. Bo, you want to tell all of our fine people who our new rider is?
Very up-and-coming rider right now, Alex D'Agostino,
Yes.
is going to join us here throughout the season. He's going to churn out some unbelievable content, like immediately following the game. You're going to get instant reactions from GoPHNX.com. Check out Alex Dag on Twitter right now. That's Alex Dag AZ. Give him a follow. If you support this show, you're going to support Alex and all the great work he's about to do for us starting tomorrow post game. So we're so pumped to get Alex in the fold and be a part of the team. Welcome, Alex. Can't wait to see what you're made of, man. We already kind of have a glimpse of that with your work over at SI.
Yes.
But here we go.
Alex was somebody that we've been following his work for a long time, does great work with the Diamondbacks, has covered the Cardinals with our guy Donnie Druin over at SI. And
Donnie Donuts.
That's right. He's going to be our point person this season. So fired up to welcome Alex to the team. Welcome everybody in the chat. Hammer that like button. We're going to get into our full, robust game preview. We're going to talk about offensive, defensive, X factors. But we had a show on Thursday before we took off for New Orleans. And we talked about expectations for Kyler Murray this year. We talked about statistical expectations, and we posted those. We kind of posted and ghosted on social media.
Okay.
And a lot of people pushed back to the narrative, Bo, that Kyler Murray is going to throw for 4,000 yards passing this year. This is year 7. He has not done it yet. Why should Cardinal fans believe that part of his game, which has not been unlocked yet, is en route to be the best it's ever been this year?
Yeah, it wouldn't be unprecedented. I mean, there's been a lull, right?
Yeah.
But we've seen it happen before. We know the arm talent's there, and I think now we're waiting for the playmakers to play catch-up. We're looking for a big year, a pop year in year 2 for Marvin Harrison Jr. I mean, he had a fine rookie season. Some people lost their mind and say, hey, didn't check into those expectations, but were the expectations maybe a little bit too high year 1? You see Malik Neighbors, you see Jamar Chase, you see Justin Jefferson, you get carried away, but then you see also a long history of great receivers, Larry Fitzgerald included, where it just took a little bit more time. And what we've seen so far from training camp in Marvin Harrison Jr., the added weight, 11 pounds up from 209 to 220, he's got a guy that's going to be a bona fide X receiver, somebody that can come out and hopefully help stretch the field. What we heard from Jonathan Gannon, something we wanted to hear all offseason long. He said it in Friday's press conference. He said, I want to do whatever offensively it takes to win the game, but we want more explosives downfield. The way to supplement that is for Marvin Harrison Jr. in year 2 to tap into the potential everybody kind of feels he has.
Yeah, very poetic. We did not have a show on Friday when that clip was released. Bo sent it to me, and we discussed it off air. Do you view that as a shot at anybody, or is it John and Gannon just saying what everybody's thinking? It's like, yeah, we like our players, we like our coaches, we need more big plays.
I think it's just matter of fact.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody can run from it. It's just in order for them to take the next step, for them offensively to go from 13th, 12th, 11th, what you get from the run game.
Yeah.
Can you complement it with the passing attack? Can you get those big explosives that they struggled to get last year? And I think that's what they're counting on. That's why they're saying we're going to lean into chemistry. We're going to lean into continuity. We're going to lean into development. And with that, if we reach where we're going to go with our expectations, we're going to be just fine.
Yeah, I take it as everybody's on notice. Everybody's on notice with this offense in 2025. So fired up here to welcome everybody to the Copacabana here on Bourbon Street. But I just think that this defense, it's crazy. We don't count our chickens before they hatch, but most people assume, based on the trajectory of that unit, that unit is going to take care of business this year. Last year, they overachieved. Now they've added the Josh Sweats, Jordan Birch, eventually Walter Nolan, Calais Campbell, Dalvin Tomlinson. They've added a bunch of robust players, Will Johnson. So we assume it's going to take that next step, right? Yeah. With this offense, they opted to run it back. And I think, again, what's going to be the narrative 24 hours from now, 36 hours from now? If the Cardinals underperform, my guess is it's going to be what's wrong with the offense. Why didn't the offense play more in the preseason? Why isn't it more refined? I just think until they prove it, and it's a long season, and the schedule is to their benefit early on, you're going to have questions about where the 20, 40, 60-yard pass plays that seemingly every other team in the NFL can hit but you.
Yeah. I mean, and you have no excuses week one. I mean, unless it is, hey, you're going to lean into the run game and the defense is going to, the revamped defense is going to look every bit as good as we expect it to look against an undermanned Saints team. But you look at this Saints defense and nobody should strike fear in your hearts as an offensive play caller. Like, you're like, I want to challenge these guys. Like the pass rush, like if you come away from this game and you're like, damn, Brian Breesy, he was a monster. He was a game wrecker. Then like something went catastrophically wrong. Like I think you need to press this. There's no Chase Young right now for the Saints defense.
Well, let's talk about that.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get into it because I don't think like Chase Young is a good player, but he's not a guy that is going to completely disrupt what you want to do offensively game out. Is he going to eat? Is he going to play well? Sure, he's going to have those moments, but he's not the guy that justified the number 2 overall pick from Washington way back when.
I think you can say two things. I think you can say he's not a great player in the sense of like when the Niners traded for him, for instance, like capping off their Super Bowl run. But he is the best player, in my opinion, defensively for New Orleans. And I think that says so much about what they have and what they don't have specifically. So when we posted that, and we saw a lot of people on Twitter saying, well, that doesn't matter. He's not a great player. You're overreacting. It's like, no, look at their depth chart. They don't have any good players, respectfully. Cameron Jordan, Demario Davis, like – it's a team on paper that resembles, I sent the roster to Bo, it resembles a lot of what the Cardinals in 2023 were rolling out there. And we know how second worst defense in the NFL because the personnel wasn't there, and they had a defensive head coach. I mean, Brandon Staley is coordinating this Saints defense. I think that goes without saying how difficult it could be for them. So I think that is a significant injury because anytime you start peeling away depth from a team that doesn't have it, and you're going to practice squad players and XFL, USFL level guys, like that's what's going to be on display for the Cardinals tomorrow. So no excuses. This is an operation for the Cardinals tomorrow where like we were watching Justin Herbert operate on Thursday Night Football on our flight out to New Orleans. And we saw what a dominant run game, and their run game was solid, wasn't dominant, but working off of play action, giving Justin Herbert on the move, booting him around. The Cardinals ought to be able to do that every time they take the field, given the fact they've got a top 10 rushing game.
And what did Kyler tell us back in May when we were promoting his softball game? He said he's going to run more because it's such a weapon, and you saw from both quarterbacks in last night's game make big plays with their legs. And we need to see it, I think, from K1 as I think he's looking to prove a point here in 2025. Great vibes here on scene here, the Copacabana downtown on Bourbon Street here in New Orleans. Everybody having a great time here, repping Bird Gang Travel. Make sure to tip your bartenders. They're doing great work. Yes, absolutely. We got our guy Jake Plummer coming up here shortly. And then, of course, those watching online, how about our guy Steven Jackson chiming in with a $99 generous super chat, Johnny?
And, of course, all proceeds go to Big Brothers Big Sisters this week. Thank you so much, Steven.
This month.
Excuse me. I hear super chats this month are going to a good cause. Now it's getting Bo a new pair of sandals. If you're on the Discord for PHNX Cardinals, you may or may not have seen I posted a rather scandalous photo of my co-host sandals that need to be thrown into the trash. Stephen, we appreciate that. We're going to get him a new pair of sandals. It will not it will not interfere with our super chats for Big Brothers Big Sisters. I can't remember the last time I've been excited, according to Stephen, for the Cardinals. Special season incoming. It probably has been, in 2022. Even though that team bowed out in the playoffs, it was difficult, right?
Yeah.
You still were like, we won 11 games last year, and we've added all these pieces, and then that season went horrifically wrong, ending in Kyler Murray, Tanner's ACL, and Cliff and Kime being fired. But it has, semblance of those kind of years going into the season where you feel the energy from this fan base, and right now it's like, this fan base deserves a fast start.
Yeah, this is kind of 2015 vibes, right? This is when they came off the playoff appearance, and unfortunately you lost Carson, you lost Drew Stanton, and then you had to see Ryan Lindley unfortunately start a playoff game that didn't go well.
It was bad.
And then 2015, what did they go? They run to 13-3 record.
Yeah.
They win a big game, outlast Aaron Rodgers in the playoffs, and they're playing in the NFC Championship game. This is a team that I think can play well in all three phases, and they can do everything that you want to do. The depth on the roster is probably better than we've ever seen. It stacks up with most great Cardinals teams. Now it's just like go out and prove it, go out and execute, and that's why we're here and on Saturday, the day before they kick off the season, anxious to see what it's going to look like, in game one, week one.
Yeah. Darth Vader, super chat, $9.99. I can't wait for tomorrow, LFG. Thank you, Johnny and Bo, for all the coverage all offseason. Get to this point. Do the Cardinals win or lose, and why? Well, we're going to get to that later. But Thank you so much, Darth Vader, for the super chat. And it has been a longer off season. I feel like we cruised through draft season, and then it's been anxiously awaiting the start of the season from about May until now, because you can feel the excitement. And knock on wood, the Cardinals got through training camp relatively unscathed. We expect Walter Nolan back shortly after his PUP designation. This offense is fully intact. You've got ample depth with guys like Will Hernandez, Kelvin Beachum. And then defensively, I mean, this is the first time you're going to go into a regular season with depth on the defensive line, depth at corner, depth at safety, where you feel comfortable. And we talked to Nick Rallis at the red and white scrimmage. You feel comfortable deploying up to 20-plus guys on this defense.
Yeah, you absolutely do. And we're going to talk to Jake the Snake here and just what it does as an opposing quarterback when you know that defensive front is going to be coming at you each and every down of the game. Yeah. Because that's what they have as far as the rotation. They just added Calais Campbell. Did he cross paths with Jake? Did they play way back when together? They might have.
They might.
I don't know if Jake made it to 2008, but it probably was pretty close to them doing so. But Calais is still being able, if he's going to play over 30% of the snaps, he'll be in that rotation. Darius Robinson, the former first-round pick, high expectations for D-Rob, finally healthy after just a terrible, tumultuous first season that he had to endure. Yeah. And then you got Dante Stills, who was back at practice on Friday dealing with a heel. You've got L.J. Collier. You've got depth. You could potentially go 6 deep. We'll see who's active come game day.
We're going to be right back around the corner talking with former Arizona Cardinal, Arizona State quarterback Jake Plummer, and what it's like going into a season with expectations. We're live from Bourbon Street. Hit a like. It's PHNX.
Unbelievable.
We're so fired up right now. Fired up for our friends at Bet365. Never ordinary here. If you're dabbling on the college football scene or the first NFL slate to gamble on, it's like Christmas morning. Absolutely fantastic. I may or may not have already lost a parlay, but the good news is our friends at Bet365 always taking care of us. Win or lose, bonus bets can be used on spreads, totals, player props, futures, whatever the moment. It's never ordinary. And again, how about this? With the Bet365 early payout offer, you're a winner if your team goes up by 17 points, even if they lose.
Wow.
A lot of teams probably blowing it right now. The Clemsons of the world, not looking good. Oregon, laying the whoop ass on somebody earlier. People are fired up. People are fired up for Bet365. Download the app today. You got to be 21 years and older, physically located in the great state of Arizona. If you were someone you knew has a gambling problem, wants help, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. Text NEXT STEP to 53342 or visit problemgambling.az.gov, Bo, for more info.
We're about to bring on Jake the Snake, and I know you love those 16 jerseys. You can go find one, I'm sure, at your local Rally House, the go-to spot. You shop for your local Arizona team gear, whether it's ASU or your Arizona Cardinals, Diamondbacks, Suns, Wildcats. You can check them out. Rally House, they got all your game day needs. Jerseys, best selection in drinkware, signage, coolers, socks, even sunscreen. They've got everything that you want. Check them out. You can find your local Rally House. They got them Tempe, Mesa, and Glendale. We're actually going to be broadcasting live out there in Glendale a week from, or actually next Thursday. Or next Friday, I apologize.
Yes.
Next Friday. You can go get those new rivalry jerseys when they drop on Thursday. Check them out. Your local Rally House. Find your local Rally House location and shop the entire product assortment online, rallyhouse.com today.
We're so fired up to be here at Bourbon Street. Fired up to welcome one of the greatest quarterbacks in the history of Arizona football.
That's right.
Cardinal great, Jake Plummer, joining PHNX Cardinals. He was leading the parade on Bourbon Street. We're fired up. You're fired up to be here?
Yeah, man, New Orleans is great. I love coming down here. Great culture, music, food, and got a ton of great fans. So, yeah, chance to dance on Bourbon Street with the front line in front of you, and that's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So excited to be here and feeling all the love and support from all these great fans.
I mean, that looked like the footwork we're used to seeing out there on the field, my man. Still got it.
Yeah, you got to stay light on your feet. That's the thing about Asian. You got to just stay light on the feet. Dancing is a good thing to do.
Jake, you remember coming into that faithful season in the late 90s, expectations locally were high, but nationally, a lot of teams or national pundits didn't give the Cardinals a lot of hope going into that season. Seems like we're seeing a lot of that from a national perspective where the Cardinals really like their team. You like your team with the Frank Sanders of the world, good friend of our program, but didn't get that respect, and you had to go out and earn it. Talk to me about that process and what it could be like for Kyler Murray this year.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to step up. It's time. He's been in the league long enough now that he's established himself as the team leader. They've added parts to that offense. You got young men like Trey McBride, who's I got to meet this summer in Fort Morgan, Colorado.
Yeah.
it was really cool. He was just walking around the streets at a big festival going on, and kids were coming up to him, and he's just a good kid, you know, and he's out there making plays. So the expectations, whether you have them or not, it's what you feel inside that locker room. If the guys believe in their leaders, if the leaders step up and demand a certain level every time you touch the field, then good things can happen. Whether a pundit believes they can win it this year or be in the playoffs or whatever, it all comes down to those players and what they do, how they believe in each other, how they pull each other up and keep the pressure on, keep moving it. And I think that, like I said, though, it's time. It's time to see them get back and get in there. The Cardinals haven't been a perennial playoff team. Will they start? Can they start something? It'd be nice to see them do that.
Yeah. Let's dial it down then, I guess, to maybe this time of year for you. I mean, what was it like when you were playing at this point? You're just coming off the grueling training camp. You got through the preseason that you guys had to play 4 games. These guys are like, we have to play 3. You had to play 4. What was it like? I mean, what do you have left in the tank? Are you gearing up? How do you focus? How do you get through watching all that tape? How is it not paralysis by overanalysis? Like, where did you go for this time of year?
Yeah, I mean, the thing we had was 4 preseason games and 2-a-days, where we would practice actually in the morning with pads and in the evening with pads.
Yeah.
So I love how they've changed it. Guys I know crave the preseason now because it's actually faster. It's more realistic to what you're going to see on game day come the regular season. I didn't like the preseason. I never felt like it was worth putting myself out there for a game that really doesn't matter because, you count the wins and losses, but it doesn't matter in the long run. But I think my main goal was to come out of the preseason healthy, which I didn't when I hurt my thumb in 1999, right after the 98 year. I had a injury that I sustained in a preseason game, of all things, and I had the worst season of my career that year trying to fight through that injury. So the main thing is to come out of the preseason healthy, energized, whatever you got to do to get ready, because it's now like week 1, and we all laugh and go to our parties and watch the games. Come November, late November, early December, that's when the teams that took care of business, that believe in each other, that are coached right, that have handled it from right now until then, those are the ones you see keep winning. They keep on the field. Guys aren't hurting. They find a way to get out there on the field. So it's a grind, and I wish these players well. I wish them safety. I hope that, like I said, I always love to see the Cardinals do well, as I have a lot of precious thoughts in my mind and body for what they did to me to help me start my NFL career.
You played with a lot of great receivers during your tenure, not only in Arizona but in Denver. A lot has been made about Marvin Harrison Jr. making that year 2 jump, and you look around the NFL, a couple receivers that were taken alongside him, the Malik Neighbors, the Brian Thomas Jr.'s. One of the knocks last year was that Marv was not as vocal as those players. Come and get me the football. How do you operate that as a quarterback? How should Kyler Murray take that approach, and should Marvin Harrison Jr. demand the football?
I don't think you have to go demand the football. If you're a great player and you're as good as everyone says you are and you've shown to the world you can do it, your coach is going to put you in a position to succeed. Now, Kyler can get him the ball or not. I mean, you're part of a team, so when the play is called, you're either 1 or 2 or 3 on the progression. Get open. I mean, I played with Shannon Sharp, so he was like always complaining about give me the ball, Snake, I need the ball. I was open. I'm like, hey, good job. Keep doing your job. So Marvin Harris, do your job. Get open, and if you do, the ball will come to you. That's all I would say. Get open, do your job, and if I have time, I'll get you the ball.
What's your experience playing here in the Big Easy? I mean, it's known for just how hostile an environment it is, what they're going to experience come less than 24 hours tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun. My rookie year, I remember playing, and Keith Poole was on the Saints. KP, old Sun Devil receiver, number 3, and he scored his first touchdown in that game. Ditka was coaching, and I've had a great time always playing in cities that are so rich in history and tradition and culture. A place like here, a place like Atlanta, a place like Philly. I love those teams. When we go play them on the road, the fans were legit, man. They love their team, and so playing here against the Saints was always a great time, although it may make some Saints fans mad or whatever. I don't like playing in the dome. I don't like playing inside. Like right now, being out here tonight, this is the best podcast I've been on in a long time.
I appreciate that.
Because we're outside, And so I love the outdoor stadiums. I never really enjoyed the indoor domes. But this is a great city that loves their team, that has a lot of tradition and pride. And, yeah, I had some fun playing down here.
You have your fingerprints all over Arizona football, collegiately, professionally. You see now what's happened. Kenny Dillingham transforming Arizona State, Jonathan Gannon on the cusp, hopefully, of a prolonged success with the Cardinals. I mean, it goes to say, you know, Arizona's a football state, right?
Yeah, they've definitely turned it around. I think for a little bit of time they've gone up and down. Arizona State's had moments. What they're building there at ASU with Kenny Dillingham, who was just a young kid sneak into the stadium to watch us play when I was there in the early mid-'90s. He's now, you know, bringing that passion and that energy and the consistency behind, like, let's grow this, let's do something special here. And he's right that the Valley is perfect place for kids to go to school. I mean, it's a great place to play ball. They don't talk about it enough, but it's the best grass surface in the entire country. So if you want to go get, you know, who knows what kind of injuries playing on this artificial crap, go there. But if you want to play on the real deal, play at Sun Devil Stadium. Same with the Cardinals. They got the grass. Yeah. And I think it'd be great to see the Cardinals do well. I've always said if they're doing well, free agency and the game gets better because guys want to play where the weather is nice. In Arizona, man, in late December, you're able to go golf on the off days. And the worst you might get is a 45, 50-degree day and a little bit of clouds go by, maybe a little rain. Everyone's in their parkas when it's 45, freezing. But, yeah, it's a great city. I think that what we did in '98 to help secure that vote to get the stadium definitely kept the team there, which was huge.
You guys were going door to door, right?
Yeah, I mean, I was stumping at the local, you know, going door to door, and during the vote, the day of the vote, up down at the church on the corner of Warner Elliott Loop there, like, vote for yes on Prop 301. It's Prop 301. Vote yes on the stadium. And so they got it, and it kept the team there. If not, I don't know if Arizona would have a pro team. Yeah. And since then, they've done a great job of building the fan base. As you can see here, all these awesome fans in the parade.
Absolutely.
Like, that's the deal. When you travel to the games away and the fans show up and the players feel that. They definitely we feel that when our fans show up.
You got a prediction for the game tomorrow?
I don't make predictions, man. I hope it's a really close game that comes down to minute 30 and Kyler gets the ball in his hands. Because the way for him to show all of these fans and his team and everybody that's doubting him that he can do it is to get that opportunity. And, you know, you don't want that. As a fan, we want these blowout wins. We can sit back and drink and eat and ha-ha. But as a player, you learn more from those close, tight games.
Let me ask you this, because both in Arizona and Denver, to ingratiate yourself with robust fan bases, is it just as simple as you just got to win games? Is that it? Do you feel like that? Because I feel like some people have their mindset of a traditional quarterback. They have to be, you know, X inches tall. They got to have a big arm. They got to be able to move. When in reality, they come in all shapes and sizes. At the end of the day, it just comes down to the W, right?
The W is really, really important, but it's also how you go about that W, you know, and how you carry yourself when you don't get the W's sometimes too. It goes well above as if you're talking specifically about a quarterback or just as a team. You know, even in Denver, you know, I got out of that and it was not good at the end, but then years go down the road and people are like, yo, man, we gave you a hard time. You won a lot of games here. I said, I won a shitload, a lot of games. And so the thing is that how you carry yourself, if you're consistent and you man up and you lead and you go out there and you fight and you play your ass off every single game, that's what the fans will remember. I mean, we did a couple amazing things in '96 at the Rose Bowl, '98 beating Dallas down there. First playoff win in 50 years. You know, those 2 years were really the 2 years out of some building years and other years that were not so good. But that's what the fans remember. They remember those moments and those times where we won 4 games. We were down the last 4 games of the year, the cardiac cards. You know, I mean, it was amazing. And so those things you remember that. And although they want those blowout wins, they remember the close ones. Right. And I love those moments. It's something you don't have to give it back. You know, it's in people's memory banks and it's in mine. And I've got a lot of great memories and great teammates from those times.
Did you ever have a favorite play call? Is there anything that you loved that came into your headset and you got to give to the huddle?
Yeah, I mean, there were a lot of good play calls. Anytime I was going to roll out or boot to my left, I loved that.
That's vintage.
A funny, quick story, you know, when we beat San Diego to clinch the playoffs, I came over to Mark Trestman, our OC at the time, and he was looking at his play sheet, and he didn't know what to do. And I was like, just call Hank, coach. And Hank is basically 22 Hank. We have 12-yard ends, tight end over the ball, back swing wide. Simple play. Every single offense in the world of football has this play. He said, just call Hank. So he's like, all right, you do it. Go out there. So I went out, told the head ump, said, I'm going to throw the ball over here to Frank Sanders.
Yep.
He's going to catch it, take a knee.
Yeah.
I'm going to call timeout, and we're going to kick a field goal, win this, you know what, and go to the playoffs. He looked at me kind of weird, snapped the ball, threw it to Frank. He took a knee, timeout. We kicked a field goal. So 22 Hank's always going to be near and dear in my heart because it played such a huge role in us winning that game and going to the playoffs.
Unbelievable. Arizona Cardinal legend Jake Plummer.
Are we going to let him get away without getting his thoughts on Sam Levin? You know,
good.
I mean, we got
Well,
to
this is
talk
a
about
Cardinal-
this
this is a
quarterback.
Cardinal
Look,
podcast,
it
so
is,
that's
but
fine.
We'd be remiss if we didn't.
Do you have a scouting report on the ASU QB? What do you think of him?
Yeah, I like Sam a lot. I've liked him from even before last year in spring ball when I saw him and Cam Scattaboo and just the energy they brought to the field. Now you got a whole entire field of guys playing ball and defensive guys and kickers and coaches and the music's playing. Scattaboo took every rep one time. He was dead tired. There were no other running backs. He's running down the field. He's just doing it. And I'm like, this guy's a machine.
Yeah.
And then I watched Sam take the team down on a regular end of the practice drive. They scored. He ran down and was slapping his teammates. And he actually, he showed me that it mattered, you know. And, for years there had been guys that were almost too cool to show you that they were cool, or
right.
just that it mattered. So that was one thing that really stood out with me with Sam, and then how he went about last year and just he plays in the moment. You know, he plays right there when the ball snapped. That's what's happening. I love his leadership. I love his tenacity. He's scrappy. He's tough. He can extend plays, and we'll see. And today's a big game for them, Mississippi State.
Yeah,
they're not going to get any easy games this year with the target on their back. But what a run they had last year. The most important thing is how he carries himself as an individual. He treats everybody really well in that building and in that program. And that's how a quarterback, that's what you need to do, because you're going to have down moments. And when you're in those moments where you may be struggling, you got the people to bring you out of it because they felt that you cared for them. So they're going to care for you. And I see that from Sam. Looking forward to what they do this year. It'll be fun.
Looking forward to hanging with you the rest of this week. In Arizona Cardinal great Jake Plummer hanging out with us on Bourbon Street.
Yeah,
big
baby.
thank you to the Snake for coming out. Big thank you to our friends at Bird Gang Travel. Thanks so much, my guy.
Yes, thank you, Bird Gang Travel. They're the ones that get me down here. Tyler and Eric, they helped me get me down here. So everybody have a great night. Peace, love, and mushrooms.
There you go.
The greatest.
Sun Devil's about to take the field here shortly, so we gotta get the Snake to be able to watch that game. But unbelievable stuff, including Frank Sanders with that. He did have that big reception right before Chris Jackie went out there and nailed it. Are we getting into our commercials here?
Yeah, we're going to come right back and do some more fun here from the Copacabana right around the corner.
It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable yesterday. We were about to board the plane here to New Orleans, and we run to our guy Ryan from Pure Edibles.
Yes.
A great partner
Great
of
guy.
PHNX Sports.
Yes.
And just to get to know him even more so, it made me feel even better about it. I mean, Ryan, great people there, of course, started up at Noble Room Dispensary in Flagstaff, now called Phoenix home, in 130 dispensaries around our great state. They carry Pure Edibles because they know what we know, right? In Pure Edibles, great crew over there. Pure Gummies, not covered in sugar like their competitors. Pure is a full-fledged candy company offering gummies, kicks, their version of Starburst, which are fantastic, chews, soft candies like caramel, and of course, hard candies. Pure Effects clearly listed on each 10, so you know exactly what effects to expect. Pure offers gummies for sleep support, as well as candies with uplifting effects derived from unique cannabinoids such as CBN, CBG, CBD, with marijuana derived from THC. Pure gummies designed to be ripped, bit in half so you can share. And of course, dial in that exact dose. Go find Pure Edibles at your local dispensary. Over 130 of them in our great state. Carry them. Pure Edibles, pureedibles.com.
Big thanks to everybody. When you're on Bourbon Street, when you're here in New Orleans, it can be tough to budget, right? Some stuff's expensive. We're having fun. But again, you want to be smart about your finances. Be smart with our friends at Monarch Money, monarchmoney.com. Again, right now, Monarch Money is built for people who live busy lives. They put off organizing your finances. They can take care of you. Monarch Money does the heavy lifting, linking all of your accounts in minutes. You get a clear data visual. They can put together your spending, rent control over your money. We promise you'll never need an Excel spreadsheet again. Again, Breakdown. Monarch gives you full access to a shared dashboard, including linked accounts, budgets, goals, spending activity, all in one place. Again, fights about money are the #1 reasons couples fall apart. Do not do that. Get our friends at Monarch Money. Don't let financial opportunities slip through the cracks. Use the bonus code PHNX at monarchmoney.com for the half off the entire first year you have it. 365 days. Again, that's 50% off your first year. monarchmoney.com, bonus code PHNX. Everybody hit that like button for the snake, our guy Jake Plummer. Big thanks to Jake for coming out. Big thanks for everybody here. Capacity crowd on Bourbon Street. If you missed it earlier in the show, we announced our new rider here at PHNX, PHNX
Right.
Cardinals.
Alex D'Extino.
Yes.
Check him out. Alex Dag, AZ. Out there, give him a follow. And, of course, he's got all the great he's going to kind of complement what we do on the podcast video side. He's going to write about all this great stuff. Already doing some great stuff with SI. But it was unbelievable to see everybody come out today for the parade and come out to this event. Ryan's out here. We got Dorian and Abigail. They made the drive up from Tampa. Unbelievable to catch up with them. I met him with Grayson earlier, making the travel trip from Dallas. It's just so humbling to catch up with everyone. Nicholas made the trip from Houston.
Yep.
Just catching up with everybody that listens to PHNX Cardinals. I see a Maserati Marv T-shirt out
Love
there.
that.
People were complimenting your MHJ T-shirt.
Yeah. A couple people on social media, we sent them the link, and they went and got it. It's one of the best T-shirts we've ever done.
And then they got the merch table back there. Bird Gang Travel just puts on the greatest show you can get when you're traveling, watching your favorite team.
Yeah, we're fired up here. We got our game predictions right around the corner, but as it is, our game preview, Bo, Noah, and I, we pick offense, defense, and an X factor for this game. So I'm going to kick things off. I'm going to defer to my co-host here.
So kind.
We're going to get things started,
So
Bo. Your key players entering a pivotal Week 1 matchup against New Orleans.
As much as I want, and I think the rest of the fan base want to see this passing attack really kind of put on a show tomorrow. You want to know, you want to go to bed tomorrow and knowing Kyler Murray, Marvin Harrison Jr., and of course Trey McBride, the continuance of his dominance is in a good place. But one thing I do know about the Saints is they can't slow down the run game. And James Conner has been so consistent for this Cardinals offense. I can't overlook James Conner going into year 5. He's a captain for the 4th straight year. James Conner is going to be my key on offense tomorrow. I think, when you give up the second most rushing yards in the league like the Saints did last year, it's going to be a JC, heavy dose of JC. I think we'll see some Trey Benson. I like James Conner anytime touchdown tomorrow on the Bet365 app.
No,
give me
that.
JC. I know it's going too much chalk, but you can't get away from it. That's just a smart play.
I like that. Again, to me, I know this team can run the football with James Conner, especially against a front like New Orleans, so I'm not going to push back on that. That's Drew Petzing's bread and butter, right?
Yeah.
So I think you have to set up the run to be able to throw the football downfield, theoretically. What about your defensive player?
Defensive player is going to be the new addition, the marquee addition from the free agent class. Give me Sweaty J. Sweaty J and the boys are going to do a good job as far as getting after Spencer Rattler, but also being sound in the run game.
Yeah.
That's what you like about Josh Sweat, is he can be, everything they want from an outside linebacker in Nick Rallis and Jonathan Gannon's defense is he's going to be able to do all those roles. He's going to be able to be stout in the run game. He's going to be able to get after the quarterback. He's going to be able to drop. He's going to be able to do all those things. He's going to set the tone, and I think you're going to see why they invested over $40+ million in guaranteed money, $76 million in total money.
Yeah, I think, again, when you're paying somebody that kind of money to come in, you're expecting immediate production. They sat him for the majority of the preseason, right? He was very good from what we saw in training camp, and then they put him on ice for the last couple of weeks, and that's not because he's an older player.
Yeah.
He's just been playing into February each of the last several years because the Eagles are consistently in the Super Bowl. So I think the Cardinals, when they signed him, they had a plan in place to say, we're going to keep you healthy.
Yeah.
He's had knee concerns in the past. So I think Sweaty J is an excellent defensive addition. What about your X Factor player of the game?
My X Factor is Kyler Murray's legs.
Okay.
I narrowed it down. Not just the player. If you were to say, hey, what your X Factor is Kyler Murray, no duh. Kyler Murray, you expect him to make an impact on each and every game. But I think, because coming off the comments that he told us back in May, he wants to run more. We're seeing that is more prevalent across the league. Quarterbacks going out and breaking defenses' backs as far as getting a big, conversion on third down and seeing how bad this rush defense is. And I talked to my guy Ross Jackson from Locked On Saints yesterday. It's like they struggle with dual threat quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray needs to continue that with his rushing prowess.
He just needs to have a special day at the quarterback position. Yeah. I don't want a game manager day. I don't want, hey, that was efficient, right? Yeah. I want the splash plays. I want the plays that get people excited to watch number one play football again. I want him to be unleashed, right? I want the direct runs. I think we saw that last night with Justin Herbert, who was allowed to use both his arm and his legs, and Kyler Murray, again, somebody that can beat you both ways. Yeah. But he has to be given that opportunity. And speaking of opportunity, I'm going to go to my key players for this game. Offensively, who else? Marvin Harrison Jr., unfortunately not targeted enough during his rookie year. He needs to average 10 to 12 targets per game. Last year, he was in the neighborhood about 5 to 6, where you have guys like Malik Neighbors averaging well over 10. We just asked Jake Plummer, it's like great receivers, do they have to demand the football? If you're Drew Petzing, it's in your best interest. Quiet the noise against a team that should not be able to hang with you offensively and target number 18. Now, the good news is we watched a ton of training camp. We saw in the preseasons, joint practice against the Denver Broncos. They move him around a lot. Yeah. He's in the slot now. He goes in motion. He's not running that sacrificial X-receiver route tree from last year that looked like something, somebody would draw up for their Pee Wee football team, respectfully. Now it's evolved to the point where Marvin Harrison Jr., along with Trey McBride, they're the co-points of emphasis in this passing game.
Focal point.
Yes.
Yeah. Both of them.
Yep, absolutely. Look on the defensive side of the ball. I'm going to stick with the 2024 draft class. I'm going with the other first-rounder, Darius Robinson. Darius has had a dominant training camp for the second straight year. Knock on wood, he is healthy. I love the additions of Calais and Dalvin Tomlinson. Darius has the biggest ceiling upside this year. Darius could be somebody that re-enters the conversation on a national scene of an up-and-coming, blossoming defensive tackle. And I think eating against a defense or offensive line for New Orleans without Trevor Penning tomorrow, give him an opportunity to chase down Spencer Rattler. He will make at least one TFL behind the line of scrimmage tomorrow. That's my prediction.
I like that. All right. Bring it home with your X Factor.
X Factor, Zaven Collins. Again, I think just like Sweat, I think every week you could have a different edge rusher making their presence felt, right? Whether it's Collins, Sweat, Baron Browning, Jordan Burch. This has been Zaven Collins' best training camp since he became a member of this team, certainly since he's moved from off-ball linebacker to edge rusher. I think he's going to do well. I think, they're probably going to load the box against somebody like Kelvin Banks Jr. playing his first professional game. Zaven Collins has been a very physical player. Can he put it all together? Somebody that, again, gets slept on a lot. Being asked to change positions, a couple years in your NFL career, that's a difficult thing to do. So, again, I like Zaven to beat up on a middling offense, for this Saints team.
Think he gets to the quarterback, or you just like him in the run game?
I think he could. I think he'll have a sack tomorrow.
Okay.
How about that?
I like that.
All right, Noah, man, bring us home your key players for the Arizona Cardinals tomorrow against the Saints.
All right, well, I am going to stick with the stalwart on offense. I think that Kyler Murray is going to play his cards safe. I think that he is going to play his game, get the W. I think Trey McBride will be the easy safety valve. I think that he will have a great game.
You know what's crazy?
Just get the offense rolling.
We changed producers, but Damon would pick Trey McBride every week. Every single week. So no matter who's back in this chair, they're picking Trey McBride. But look, keep it simple.
Exactly. And on the defensive end, we have a lot of young corners. And a lot of young corners that need to prove themselves. And the first game of the season, a lot of nerves rolling in. You're at the Superdome in New Orleans. This is going to be a tough environment no matter how bad the other team is. So Garrett Williams has got to hold it down. He's got to make sure that all the young guys around him are getting to where they need to be. He really is going to play an integral role in this defense tomorrow. And my X factor is linebacker Mack Wilson Sr. He has got the green dot for the first time this season. He's got to prove that he can call the defense, get players to where they need to go. I think he will be. This is a good test for him in his new assignment.
Yeah, like Mack Wilson Sr. We've talked about it ad nauseum this offseason. He could have kind of one of those breakout years where people look up and it's like, who for the Cardinals has these kind of numbers?
130 tackles.
Yeah, like a bunch of,
some
you know,
picks,
yeah.
some sacks.
We had Brian Baldinger on our show earlier this week, and Baldy said you got to have 25-plus takeaways to win the NFC West.
Yeah.
I think Mac Wilson's going to be a big part of that. He can intercept passes. He can do forced fumbles. Not to knock a guy who's not here anymore, but I think they thought we like Kazir White.
Yeah.
We want more from an athletic standpoint. And Mac Wilson Sr., I mean, he's looked fantastic this training camp.
He really has. He really has. The first pick that Kyler threw in training camp. Now, he threw a lot, but you know, Mac Wilson was able to disguise some coverage and step in front of a pass. He made a great play. He was knocking balls down at the line of scrimmage like he was everywhere.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see him make the transition from Will to Mike linebacker, being the green dot. He was already a captain in year one, year two with the organization. Like, we'll see if Nick Rallis names his next kid after him, like he named Kazir White. Like, it all makes sense. I love Noah's picks, almost maybe more than my co-hosts.
That's interesting. That sounds like something you would say. On the Saints front, we mentioned it, so no Chase Young. No Trevor Penning, who was a top pick for them, Northern Illinois. They've invested a lot into this offensive line. I think they have a lot of pieces that we like, but it hasn't gelled together yet. I mean, where do you think the Cardinals have the biggest advantage in this game?
I mean, I think it is going to be the defensive front seven that's going to be able to really kind of set the tone. And I think also up front on offensively, just the trenches in general. I know it's such a cliche, the game is won and lost in the trenches, and I think finally the Cardinals have the ability week in and week out to make their case to have the edge on both sides of the football, and they certainly have it here, even with some nice pieces that, you know, I think, you know, the Saints can project, but week one might be a little bit too much. So give me the offensive line for the Cardinals and also the defensive line to be able to be the separator here as far as, is this a close game or can the Cardinals pull away?
Yep, no Trevor Penning, no Chase Young, and then a couple others questionable for New Orleans. Cardinals relatively healthy. Dante Stills set to play. Calais Campbell, vet day off on Friday. So, again, the Cardinals managed to escape that injury bug for the majority of training camp. We're going to give our official predictions for this game as well as get to your Super Chats. Everybody drop a like here. Let's get to 500 likes on a football preview Saturday. It's PHNX. So fired up to be here, fired up to check out all the fine establishments here on Bourbon Street. But when I'm in Phoenix, I'm a basic guy, and I like the meal deal matrix with our friends at Circle K. Again, $3 meal deal matrix, you can't go wrong. Hot dog, tornado, Frito-Lay's chips, and a Polar Pop, up to 44 ounces, just $3. You can't get anything for $3. I went to a vending machine last night and got a water. It cost more than $3. How about a $4 meal deal matrix? Breakfast Sammy, hash brown, any flavor, 16-ounce Bang C4 or Ghost, or a medium iced coffee. Again, just $4. And then lastly, this is a big meal. $5 meal deal, 2 slices of pizza, 20-ounce soda, or a Polar Pop up to 44 ounces. Circle K. The Inner Circle is going to be taking care of you on game day. I can't wait to stock up when I get back to the Valley. Join the Inner Circle for free by downloading the Circle K app today. Terms and conditions apply at participating locations. Visit CircleK.com for more details.
We're on the road, but we don't have to worry about our finances as far as our banking and using our credit, debit cards. Of course, Desert Financial Credit Union. Johnny, you've got, of course, their Cardinals card.
I've been repping it.
You have. You've been flashing that thing around. You've been the big spender out here. Like, hey,
I appreciate
first
that.
round's on me, and you get your Cardinals debit card out thanks to, you know, of course, Desert Financial Credit Union giving you the ability to rep your team, whether it's the Arizona Cardinals, ASU, Northern Arizona. You can rep some NAU Lumberjacks. For 84 years, Desert Financial has been Arizona's largest, most trusted local credit union, dedicated to creating exceptional experiences by giving back to the community and providing financial solutions to make lives better. Check them out right now. Of course, doing your banking, it's such an important thing as far as your life goes. Look to Desert Financial for checking, savings accounts, mortgages, loans, credit cards, investment options, and so much more. When you open up a free checking account online, you get $200 in bonuses. Get started by visiting desertfinancial.com/200. That's desertfinancial.com/200, and you'll get $200 in bonuses when you open up that free checking account. Desert Financial.
I want to remind everybody we've got both collegiate teams, U of A, ASU, in action later tonight, so be sure to check out wall-to-wall coverage. We got a pregame show for both shows coming up here Pre-game happening right now with our guys Anthony Chotri, Eric Ruby. Love seeing that. Everybody hammer that like button. Of course, sweet baby Damon Dog and Kev doing.
Grown up.
Yes, he's left the nest and covering U of A
Teen
Wildcats.
Damon
yes,
Dog.
Teen Damon Dog. Right, that's right. So we're fired up for those
Voice
guys.
is cracking. Yeah, he's almost a full-grown man.
And then Damon is going to be holding it down with us tomorrow on the pregame and postgame show. So looking forward to that. Looking forward to this. It's time. Final score predictions ahead of a week 1. I mean, do we want to call this a must-win? Everybody I've talked to said you're not allowed to use that term, but yes, it would be a disaster if they lost this game.
So the latter. Mostly the last.
I'm calling it a must-win for the Arizona Cardinals. Noah, man, let's see it. It's a clean sweep. I don't know how many of these we're going to get over the course of the regular season where all three of us are on the same page. But how about I give my breakdown first? Because you and Noah are going on the complete opposite end with a robust win.
Yeah.
I'm going 28-17. Arizona Cardinals get the dub, albeit by 11 points, right? I think the defense is going to dominate. I think majority of those 17 points could come in the fourth quarter when this game is in hand. My biggest question mark, I think you know this, for this team is how are they going to be in the red zone? Can they be efficient outside of the 20? This was one of the best teams in the NFL last year, going 20-20. And they looked that way in preseason and training camp. For whatever reason, up until this point, with Kyler Murray and company, they haven't found the secret sauce yet in the red zone. Now, will the Saints and their garbage defense be the magic elixir? I think it could, but I do think you could see this team need a quarter and a half to get going offensively. I would love to be wrong, though, about that.
I think you are going to be wrong. I think for the most part, outside of Carolina, the Arizona Cardinals were able to take care of teams that are going to be 500 or less, right? Usually sub-500 team. Saw it with the Bears. You saw it with the Patriots. You saw it with the Jets. You saw them win. You saw them win with style points. You saw them be able to kind of suffocate teams on both sides of the football. That's the opportunity tomorrow. That's why I think that this is kind of a lopsided score. I mean, as far as the over, I don't think we get to the over there because I don't know if the Saints can do their part of this job. I like the Cardinals, though, winning 31-9 come tomorrow.
Noah, you've got the most robust point total, at least for this Cardinals offense. What's your thought process behind that, my guy?
I think that they're going to play super, easy flowing offense, but I just think the Saints are so bad that they are not going to even be able to handle the Cardinals basically warming up. So I just think it's going to be an absolute blowout. It's going to be like a FBS team playing an FCS team. It's just not gonna be close.
Now here's what I will say.
Yeah,
I could see a defensive touchdown tomorrow. The Cardinals did not have a defensive touchdown in all of 2024. We are due, dare I say we are overdue, for a pick six, a sack strip fumble recovery, walking in for a tutty. I think that's very much on the table.
I think the last time they played the Saints, and I have to fact check this, but the last time they had multiple defensive pick sixes.
Two of our least favorite people on this podcast, Isaiah Simmons and Marco Wilson.
But, man, that was peak.
Those were great.
That was it. And after that, it was just couldn't wait till they were kicked off the team.
Yes, they have since moved on to other teams.
The Marco Wilson, I mean, that's an iconic, him leaping in
slow motion,
zone.
yeah. You're thinking, man, can we fix this guy? No, you could not. You cannot be fixed. Same with the 7th overall pick a few years back.
8th.
Yes. So the Arizona Cardinals, we're all picking clean sweep. So anxious to hear your thoughts in the chat. What's the final score prediction for you? Of course, we're going to have wall-to-wall coverage manana. Noah, man, let's get to these super chats. We appreciate everybody. We'll stay here as long as you guys pump them in. Again, everything goes this entire month to our friends, our dear partners at Big Brothers Big Sisters.
All right, we got a $1.99 super chat from Jonathan Castro. Will Johnson interception tomorrow? Mark it up.
Love it. It would feed families. It would absolutely feed families.
If he came out game 1 and he's doing what he did at Michigan, and he just kind of just making the transition from
this is easy
big-time college football to the NFL, and this I'm still going to do what I did. I mean, the guy had 9 career picks with the Wolverines.
Yep.
He had 3 pick sixes, and then he also only gave up 2 touchdowns.
We got $5 from Josh. Excited to see the team again. 31-10, Bird Gang. Hoping Birch and D-Rob blow through that line and get their flowers tomorrow.
I mean, Jordan Birch is somebody that, again, I assumed at the end of training camp, or excuse me, at the end of the offseason before training camp, that he would be like a piece that you maybe saw later in the year. And he forced the issue. He had a dominant preseason. I mean, I think he was probably the most impressive defender in the preseason.
Yeah.
And that's a low bar. You're playing against backups, but I mean, he's impressed coaches enough where, like, you think he'll be a steady, presence in the rotation.
For sure. I mean, Gannon does his thing in the press conference where he'll humble guys and he'll say, well, Jordan Birch, like, as much as maybe the reporter that asked it was me or one of the many Cardinals media members who say, like, he's still got a lot to work on. And that's true. But you have to like a lot of what you've seen, especially just that one play against Aiden O'Connell and the Raiders. Like, can he come in? Can he play 35% of the snaps? And can he give you that type of effort?
Right.
Because if he is, he's gonna be able to make an impact.
I mean, just wait till Walter Nolan comes back and you've got the trio of their first 3 picks this year all poised to make huge impacts. Let's keep it going, Noah.
All right, we got $4.99 from Grayson. He says, what are the Bet365 odds for the Tip Ryman anytime touchdown?
Oh, man, this is not great podcasting.
Was that you? Was that you, Grayson?
Grayson's asking.
Putting that on Johnny right now.
Wow, not great podcasting. Let me see.
Astronomically high. Is it even on the board?
I was going to make a prediction. I'm going to guess that you can't bet it, and that's no disrespect to Tip. But
Grayson, don't burn money tomorrow betting on a tip. Like Drew Petzing even said, like,
no, you can get it. I got it right here. And anytime Tip Ryman touchdown for the Arizona Cardinals tomorrow, plus 1,100.
I love it.
That's not good enough odds. Not good enough odds.
Not nearly good enough. They're the lowest odds for a Cardinal offensive player to score.
Here's what I like better. If somebody were to fumble the football and Tip were to fall on it in the end zone,
yes.
that's more likely than a catch.
Trey McBride did that last year for his one and only touchdown for most of the year. Some other lines, I like this bit. Elijah Higgins has better odds, plus 750. DeMercado, this is tasty, plus 550. And then we're jumping up Zay Jones, Xavier Worthy at 550. Marvin Harrison Jr., plus 125. Can I just say that feels like free money right now?
Does it?
Like I just feel like, again, I might be jinxing it, that they're going to force him the football in the red zone. Like he's going to have a slant or a quick out where he's going to be open. He's going to catch a touchdown. Like what was their top corner from Ohio State that they traded away last year to Washington? What was that guy's name? Everybody loved him, but he's kind of washed now. I don't know. My point is they're missing.
Oh yeah.
Their premier corners of years prior. I don't think they've got somebody capable. Kool-Aid McKinstry versus Marv. Give me Marvin Harrison Jr.
All right, we got $4.99 from Darth Vader. Johnny, what's the odds on a anytime touchdown for Tip? Same thing.
Same thing. Love to see that. Tip Ryman plus 1,100, the worst odds on the board. Shaft keeping me honest. Marshawn Lattimore. Lattimore gone. He's in Washington now. So I don't know I would imagine Kool-Aid's going to try to cover Marv tomorrow.
Yeah.
Good luck to him.
We got $1.99 from No Pump Fake Fishing. Did not send any text. But
okay, appreciate that.
Thank you for your super chat. Put it in the chat if you meant to say something. We'll get to it.
Good time to remind everybody right now, we've got our deal going on. Become a diehard. Go PHNX.com. The All-City Locker. We got 3 new shirts in play.
Yes.
And then, of course, our MHJ touchdown tee, our celebratory K1 touchdown tee are available right now. If you become a diehard, tag us on Twitter. Immediate follow from the Beat account. Immediate retweet from Bo and I. We want to see all the diehards in the Discord. I can't imagine how much the Discord is going to be popping off tomorrow on game day. And if you want a behind-the-scenes look of our time here, the tomfoolery behind the scenes here in Vegas, we got the whole crew here. Saul Bookman's here, Noah, myself.
Yeah.
We got all of our friends from Bird Gang Travel. Get in the Discord. I promise, $3 a month. It'll be the best $36 for the year you've ever spent.
I didn't like the content in the Discord.
I really liked it.
Maybe out of line. I
liked it when I
went too far.
When I
jumped the shark.
Bo's got a pair of sandals. I'm just going to tell everybody right now. Bo's got a pair of sandals that he wears that are in his hotel room that are worth for you to get an inside look at how gross these are for you to become a diehard right now. I'm not underselling that. They may or may not have holes at the bottom of the soles. Again, check it out right now. You can only find that picture. It's almost like a feet pic, but it's the sandals pic that you can find it on the Discord right now.
Now you turn people off, and I'm disturbed by you. And is there a massive fall off in viewership now? It looks like we went up. Unbelievable.
Not yet.
Unbelievable.
It's like you taking a picture with me with Stiltsman earlier, talking about my height. Remember that guy? It's just a lot of stuff going on here, but mostly football tomorrow.
Yeah. What else we got? Know anything else?
Yeah, we got our last super chat for now. We got AZ Mosaic. He said, "I'm ready to see the Redbirds feast on Timu Mahomes and Co. Ready for a special season in 2025. Hashtag Rise Up Red Sea."
We love that. Timu Mahomes. I love that so much.
Yeah, that is nice.
Kyler Murray can't be losing to Spencer Rattler. Come on. What are we doing here? It's Kyler Murray.
Oh, wow. I see a request in a super chat.
Won't be doing that.
Why not?
Won't be doing that. Can't have that on
Noah,
video.
can you tell us what the request is in the super chat?
That super chat got deleted, I think.
Yeah,
I think it got deleted.
After Josh's super chat, he chimed in with another $5. Said, "Any
Thanks,
word
Josh.
for the state flag on the rivalry jerseys? Is it stitched or heat printed on?"
That looks stitched to me. I don't think that's heat printed. I don't think it's
No.
it's not a screen print.
It's definitely stitched on there. It is. It
Yeah.
looks like a Brandon Bills type
right.
patch.
That's like it's raised. The material on it is like
It's elite.
it's gonna. You got to think that they're gonna put that on the regular uniforms soon.
Hopefully
they need
shortly.
to.
All right, and then our final super chat, $2 from T Votto. Half beer, Johnny. Chug it, my guy.
How about just a cheers with my co-host
How about
here?
you chug it?
How about a nice cheers?
How about
how about we
you chug
cut
it?
Noah's mic?
There we go. This gentleman
Here's
wants
a
it.
cheers to everybody.
You've got your huge ass beer here.
I've been hosting a show. I've been working.
Oh,
Some of
wow.
us work.
All we hear is
Some
this.
of us work. Everybody cheers. We appreciate everybody
Yes.
that came out today.
The staff here at the Copacabana, of
Wonderful.
course, everybody at Bird Gang Travel, and everybody that came out. It's been an unbelievable day. We cannot wait till tomorrow. We're going to have an unreal pregame tailgate festivities. But, yeah, come on, Johnny. Just at least tip it back.
We're
Just
gonna-
pretend
yeah.
like you're going to do it.
That's right. And then we will
Anytime you actually do it, you do embarrass yourself.
Roll the credits, yeah. That's what you're looking for. We will see everybody
No,
on the
you can't
pregame
close the show. You
We'll
can't
see
close
him in
the
the
show.
morning on the pregame show.
No, you can't close
I'm gonna
the
take
show.
a nice drink
Okay.
here.
Boo.
All right.
Boo.
Like and subscribe. Leave us a 5-star wherever you get your programming. Big thanks to everybody. Noah Bo, I'm Johnny. We'll see you in the morning on the pregame show live from New Orleans. Big thanks. See you then.
We all silly like the mayor.